Hey guys. So I think the Battle.net launcher crashed on me again because it crashes like every 5 minutes. But at least now that the updates are installed, my connection seems to be mostly stable. So there's that. Oh, you mean the Fallout mod issues? Whew, those are a mess. Okay, my connection might be a little spottier than I expected, but should should still work. I hope. Zero, I've told you 1,000 fucking times I'm not getting a dabbing boon mod. So is the sound coming through fine, at least from my microphone? Just want to make sure. Cool. And Gypsy, I know that feeling way too well, just from having school in the morning and work at night and trying to fit in every other aspect of life sometime in between, and often forgetting that sleep is is also necessary. It tends to suck. Okay, it says the game is running. I don't see it anywhere, but it says it's running. Great. And, I think I might have to kill Battle.net again. Oh, dude, don't stay up all night. That is a terrible idea. Dude, my best recommendation to you to get at least maybe an hour of sleep is to put on something vaguely interesting, but you've seen it 1,000 times before. It seems to think the game is running. The game is not running. God damn it. Why the fuck is Fallout New Vegas running? And there's the Overwatch application that isn't actually doing anything. There we go. Okay, okay. I think I have it working on my end. Maybe. I'm having the weirdest fucking computer troubles right now. Because apparently, for some reason, no idea. Oh, I probably should restart. It's just I don't want to take the time. Online school can be rough, Gypsy. I did online high school for a little while, and it can be seriously rough. There we go. That is that solved. Okay. Took me way too long to get all this shit sorted out. See you later, Rob. Oh yeah, I already did that, Tyler. Let's see. Yeah, I already did all that. No way in hell I'm doing no limits. And they don't have lockout at the moment. Quick play it is. I don't think I've played regular game mode in a very long time. I'm too goddamn tired. Yes, DCP, this is what Overwatch looks like. Just gonna readjust my microphone a little on its stand.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar.
I stopped playing this game for a while. It was odd. Looks like we need it. Looks like we need more DPS. Great. Alright, time to make everyone hate me. Overwatch isn't $60 unless you're playing on console. Giglets. If you're on PC, Overwatch is only $40. But it's an extra $20 because they didn't actually put the base edition on console for some reason. Oh, we're on defense. We're on offense. Why did I think we were on defense?
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
We're all soldiers now.
Oh yeah, Bastion's good always, especially on payload, but Bastion is not good for pushing. You might have bought it for $60 because there is a $60 version of the game. It does not have another $20 worth of content in it though, which is a little bullshit. It has like 2 skins, I think. I'm not used to playing in a window. Not used to this tiny window. I sleep in the middle of the day. I work like late nights. I stream and record in like the early morning. And I sleep through the day. Like usually around maybe 9 a.m. I want to say. Ah, shit. Wait. Imperial Guard for life, man. And the connection issues begin.
Everyone, heal up. I've got you in my sights.
Hey Zao, I
This old dog.
did change it from New Vegas, but sometimes Twitch doesn't change my settings for some reason. Because Twitch is bullshit and doesn't like me. I might need to tweak my sensitivity or something. This feels weird and wrong. Chat's pretty lively today. Usually there's only 1 or 2 people in it. That's good. Oh shit. Oh, that's what's happening. My mouse cable is stuck on my microphone cable. That would explain some of the weird issues I'm having.
Yet.
Not all of them. I'm also rather tired and feeling a little shit. And I'm also not very good at this game. Oh shit. Case in point.
You're going to be okay. Nano boost is ready to deploy.
Heal up here.
Oh, how I wish I could do cable management, but no, I have a shit. So it's Alt Fest apparently. Just nothing but alts. Oh, great.
No rest for the weary.
That was a good ult. Damn.
Okay, it took me a moment to realize where the, where that was coming from. I kind of forgot that this game has, in-game VoIP. That kind of startled me.
I'm not a young man anymore.
Move up with me. Acknowledged.
Okay, wait for the tanks. YouTube's blocking your messages? Any idea why?
Let out and move this payload.
I have it set to stop filtering, like, curses and stuff like that. So it...
I've got you in my sights.
Why is the spam filter catching your messages? Shit. How am I still alive? There we go. See you later, Tyler.
Mission ain't over yet.
Was the payload stopped?
I need to get rid of that Mercy.
I don't play by the rules anymore.
60 seconds remaining.
And bullshit. I think he's still in there. Maybe. No.
Why are we stopped?
30 seconds remaining.
What time we had is fate.
I've got you in my sights.
Yeah. Are we gonna be able to do this? Probably not. Come on, guys. Yes! Haha. Oh, we don't have a main tank anymore. I think our Reinhardt switched. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like there's like a whole thing about like sleep cycles, and certain amounts of sleep feel more restful than others.
60 seconds remaining.
Well, shit.
The war goes on.
It's been a while since I've actually played the main game mode of Overwatch. I kind of forgot it existed. That is not a way around.
30 seconds remaining.
My automatic charge.
Oh, shit. Might want to wait for the rest of my team.
The war goes on.
10 seconds remaining.
No way I'm losing. Attack. We need to get the payload moving. Pick up the pace.
No. No. Well, I say main game mode. I mean non-arcade game modes, I guess. No.
Defeat.
Alright.
the game.
You have a little tea left. Dude. Anytime someone brings up a challenge that has to do with not sleeping, say no. Have I ever brought up the story of Awake-a-thon before? Probably not. It did? That's really weird. By main game mode, I meant, the non-arcade mode stuff. Yeah. But, Awake-a-thon was a stupid thing I did back in middle school. Sean decided that it was a great idea to host this thing, or hold this thing.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
There were, I want to say, 7 of us, and we all put in a certain amount of money. I want to say I put in like $5.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
And the goal was to stay awake as long as you could. The winner would get the entire pot plus a plate of brownies that Sean was going to make.
Your safety is
And I tied for first at, I forget if it was 3 or 4 days without sleep. And by the end, God, that was just kind of hell.
You're on my naughty list.
5, 4,
And it was just, it just stopped being fun
Round 1.
after like
Capture the
day
objective.
2. Because we had to keep in contact with each other to make sure that no one fell asleep. We had like check-in rules and shit like that. It's nuts. It was maybe fun at the start. We only did it once. We intended to make it a yearly thing, but we never did it again. And yes, I know a lack of sleep can do some pretty fucky things to your brain, but... Yeah, 3 days is not enough to do serious damage like that. Whoa. Oh, bullshit. But yeah, I think, apparently my family has decided that, well, I guess today we're going for our Christmas tree. So, I'm actually going to need to sleep for once. I have not DCP. Which is a little surprising given some of the places I've been, but... I have seen shit that... I've used monsters as a way to stay awake. Actually, then again, I just kind of drink Monster a lot. I recently decided that I was gonna have to limit myself to 1 a day. Like, no more than that. I don't even really want to drink that much most of the time. Actually, to be fair, I want to drink more than that, because the stuff is pretty good, but... you know.
Someone find their teleporter.
Nah. I used to really like the green tea monsters until they pulled them from the shelves. And I was like, oh, well, why are these not on the shelf anymore? Turns out the reason is because the thing they were using in them for an antioxidant was also able to cause some pretty severe liver damage if used in high enough doses, and high enough doses being the amount that it takes to be an antioxidant at all. So a few people died from the green tea monster. Which was really a shame, because it was the best tasting one they ever came out with.
You're on my naughty
I used to love that stuff. You can stay awake surprisingly long just by willpower, though. And I think it really does vary depending on the person. I'm not sure if this team is halfway decent or the other team is complete shit. Or a little of both. Because I'm sure as hell not pulling my weight. Oof. It's probably a good thing the school stopped you. Not quite sure what he thought was going to happen there.
Triple kill.
Systems operating at maximum potential. I'm on fire.
Yeah, that's generally schools generally don't like that. I remember I used to like, mix half a thing of juice and like fill the rest with, or like I used to like fill half a bottle with Monster and then fill the rest with juice. And it took some of the carbonation off, which I liked because I didn't I did not like the carbonation very much. And it just kind of changed the flavor in a way that I very much enjoyed. It's one of the reasons why I mostly drink Juice Monster when it comes to Monster, like Chaos or Riptide, Pipeline.
Analyzing previous combat performance.
I've had a caffeine addiction for a very long time. I used to drink a fuck ton of tea, and I still do. I didn't start drinking coffee until a few weeks ago. Why does the Reinhardt keep trying to charge me? Does he not realize that's a terrible plan? That's a bad life choice. Orissa's right click is a gravity shot that pulls a bunch of people into an area. It can be used for things like pulling people off of ledges or pulling them into someone's ult. Similar to Zarya's Graviton Surge, but a little less insane. I've actually been having a lot of fun playing Orisa. Caffeine addictions really suck, but so many really lovely things include caffeine.
I must rejoin my team.
Shift halves, it slows me down, but it halves movement speed and makes it so I can't be stunned or knocked back. And also reduces damage. Let me just double check. Yeah. E is my protective barrier. Fortify. Reduce damage taken, and you cannot be stopped.
I'll enjoy the fun while it lasts.
It's fun. Yeah, Orisa's a lot of fun. She's a really good all-around tank. She's not quite as good as some of the specialized tanks, like her shield is weaker than Reinhardt's. Or I should rather say she's not as good as some of the specialized characters she shares similar abilities with. Her Gravity Surge isn't as amazing as Zarya's. Her gun isn't as great as anyone else's guns. I'd mostly compare it to that's like halfway between Bastion and Soldier.
I still have a job to do.
Her shield can't take as much damage as Reinhardt's, which I think I already said. Oh shit.
This is not
What's this about Norse?
double kill. System restart initialized. Heroes never die.
There usually is a bit of a sound delay, yeah. Hel is actually a goddess, Loki's daughter. She's kind of a bitch. Nice. Alright, sleep well, Gypsy. Online schools can be rough, so, you know, get what rest you can.
Play of the game.
Loki, Mythology Loki wasn't really all that bad. It's just that, Marvel needed a villain. And he fit well as a villain. And so that has become the pop culture version of Loki. Like the whole story, something like, he was a trickster god, and he wasn't Odin's adopted son, he was Odin's blood brother, which would make him closer to Thor's uncle. Half the reason, although that wasn't quite his fault, and Balder was an accident.
Prepare to attack. Select
The whole story with that was like he was trying to play a prank and shit went too far because he was a trickster god. And then at the very end, at Ragnarok, he was captured and he tried to run back to the Norse gods, but they were already certain that he'd betrayed them, so they killed him.
Your safety is my primary concern.
Or at least that's the version that I remember reading.
Try not to get yourselves killed out there.
Yeah, YouTube's a little fucky, but I've honestly had better luck streaming with YouTube than I have with Twitch. Which is a little sad.
attack.
Twitch doesn't like me.
30 seconds.
Let's keep this guy's
Like it won't save things, it won't save settings.
This war, but I'm damn well
It just
shit.
acts very strangely when I try to watch shit. I don't know.
Smells like victory.
Okay. I may actually have to cut this after this match because I am way too fucking tired tonight.
One.
Actually having a hard time keeping my
Capture
eyes open.
A.
I should probably have chosen a better offensive tank. See ya, suckers.
Initiating objective capture routine. Barrier activated.
You know, my team really should have taken advantage of that. Yeah, I think I only managed to get like 5 hours of sleep yesterday, which I don't know why. It's not like I didn't have time or anything. I just went to sleep, then woke up and couldn't get back to sleep. And then I always wind up feeling really exhausted after tabletop games. And there was a session of the Godbound campaign I'm in. That was really fun. I'm having a lot of fun with that campaign.
I am claiming the objective.
And fucking props to our great GM. Healing, please. Healing. Who's our healer? No one of them. It's the Mercy. Who's, I guess, very busy because we only have one healer. Sign nomine. That does sound familiar, but I don't. A dramatic telling of what? Well, so long as I killed the Bastion. Oh, the Godbound campaign? I am a terrible writer. Well, maybe not a terrible writer. I'm not I wouldn't call myself a very good writer. So I'd have to do a write-up of that, and I don't think I'd do a terribly good job. Ugh, 7-hour drives suck. Although, to be fair, I actually happen to really like driving, so... I happen to really like driving, although I've never actually been the driver of a 7-hour drive. I feel like I would enjoy it. Maybe. I hate sitting in the car for 7 hours. That's just miserable. Just, you know, sitting in the car, not really doing anything.
Job to do.
Yeah.
Taking the objective. Converge on me.
Guys, come on. Normally I'd wait, but I don't have time.
10 seconds remaining.
No choice.
Not our match. I'll stick around for a defense round. At least.
Play of the game.
Because I've gotten nothing but offense. Well, I mean, offense and I guess neutral. I actually happen to prefer defense.
Triple kill.
Just more fun for me. Oh, God.
Running post-mission diagnostics.
Touring a school on 3 hours of sleep does not sound fun, man. I hope it goes well. I thought about doing some competitive tonight, but no. I'm out of practice. I haven't actually played Overwatch in a while. It's taken its time with this search. Fuck, it's doing this again. Or maybe not. Great. Oh, there we go.
Welcome to Hollywood.
So, everyone having a good holiday season? A happy
Prepare to attack.
whatever winter holiday you celebrate? Alright, looks like we need an attack. I haven't played Farah in a while. Now, I also don't want to leave the... No, you idiot. I don't want to leave the Mercy as the only healer, but I also am no good at any of the healers. I'll just have to remember to keep popping down Biotic Field. That should help at least. It's not really enough, but it'll help take the edge off for the Mercy.
Who are you calling a child?
Five, four,
Those are the two worst fucking...
one. Attack commence.
Fuck you.
Objective A.
Fuck you, you goddamn piece of shit.
I have found the enemy. Come and face me.
Enemy turret ahead. Watch yourself.
Enemy turret here.
I really should have stayed behind the Reinhardt. Yeah, if you missed it,
Down and I'll keep getting
I got spawn killed by that goddamn Hanzo. I should have grabbed the health pack there. Too late.
enemy turret
God.
sighted.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Much better. Enemy turret sighted. Securing the objective.
Wow, their Tracer just got unlucky there. I was aiming for the Torb.
I've taken the objective. Get over here.
Anything interesting? Not really. I lead a boring life. Which I suppose is a good thing. Trying to think. Seems I'm having some connection issues tonight.
Escort the payload.
It's always fun.
Payload secured. Move out. Thank you, my
At least
friend.
it's evening out a little. I think that's definitely proof that this needs to be my last game for tonight.
I'm on fire. I've got you in my sights.
She's on fire.
I do not play 40k tabletop. Oh shit, Shoggy posted another one? I know he was, apparently he was taking so long to post because he got way too into, Total War Warhammer. Baylor made him make a Reddit account to post about it. He did a Skaven run, or he did a Skaven Blitz run in Total War. Because the guy's insane, but the good kind of insane.
No rest for the weary.
I'm taking care
I
of you.
shall seize a payload safely to its destination. I need
Yeah.
healing.
Shit. I need to stop being an idiot.
Touch from afar.
It's been so long since I've played anything but tank.
Dead yet.
So I keep thinking I've got a shield that I'm going to be able to use.
Rest in peace.
I do have some interest in the 40k tabletop. I just don't have the money or the time for it. I might look into playing it a little on Tabletop Sim. I've been looking to get more into something called Dragon Dice, because Dragon Dice are awesome.
The war goes.
Are either of you guys familiar with it?
Anyone else want to do their jobs today? Move the payload.
Well, yes, I know Tabletop Sim is the best thing ever. I've used it several times. I usually use it when I need to do, tabletop stuff with my old group, because, well, none of us live in the same area anymore. The majority of us have moved halfway across the country. Okay, so Dragon Dice was a game. It's a dice-based army building game. Sort of like a deck building game, like, I say deck building, sort of like a trading card game, like, Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Usually if you Google it, the first result you'll get is not the game, but a set of dice that have dragons on them that are very high quality and nice, but also super expensive. The ones I'm talking about are... It was originally developed by TSR, which was the company that originally made Dungeons & Dragons. Except it was made... I want to say in correlation with 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons, or AD&D, or, something like that. And it was using, like, a bunch of the various D&D races. It was from that area where they were really trying to merchandise everything. And it flopped hard. But in, I want to say 2006... a new company called, what is it, SFR, I want to say? I can never get their acronym right. I can never get any acronyms right.
Knock me down and I'll
Picked up the license and put it back into production.
I've got you in my sights.
And it's really cool. My cousin got me into it. Since
according to him, his friend's dad is the one who picked up the license. So, you know, that's how he got into it, and then he got me into it. And they're really cool. Most stores don't carry them because, you know, dice games don't really do well. They are a very niche thing. You can also kinda sorta find them on Tabletop Sim, though some of the downloads are a little iffy. Like, they don't have all the die. Like, one that's supposed to be the complete package doesn't have like a certain set of races, including the undead, which are the ones that I really want to play as. And the other has all of them, and it has all the playmats too. But they're all in these different packs, so you have to like fiddle with them and get them all to play nicely together. Either way. But yeah, they're actually really cool, and I highly recommend looking into them. At least check them out on like Tabletop Sim or something like that. It's not all that. It's a little overcomplicated at the start, but once you get the hang of it, it's a whole lot of fun. So, yeah. Ooh. Meh.
Your guardian angel. Welcome to my reality.
Yeah. Hey, VFin. You have really bad timing tonight. I was actually just about to finish this up. I'm way too tired. Normally I'd stream for a few hours, but tonight I am, like, dead on my... I was about to say dead on my feet, but I'm sitting down. Dead in my chair. Oh my god. That sounds like hell, man. But by a little overcomplicated, I mean there's just like... There are more symbols than the game actually needs. Like, each die has a set of different, like, faces that it could get. And it's like, oh, well, it's like roll and check how many roll and, like, check for, movement. It's like, okay, roll. Which of these 7 different symbols are movement? I want to say that there's like 7 different symbols for movement in at least one of the armies. It's really weird. But once you get the hang of it, it's really cool. I have a lot of fun with undead because they're bullshit and they just get to rush everyone. And rushing has always been my strategy. Like, when I used to play Magic the Gathering, I had a... What was it? A Time Shift deck. Or a deck from, you know, Time Shift. And... It was like the mono-white deck from back then that had mostly, like, knights and stuff like that. It was really cool. I still really want to get around to doing something with Pentarch Paladin, because that thing is bullshit. It's bullshit if you use it correctly. But like my best strategy was just to keep keep throwing like javelineers and things like that out and just hitting people over the, like, past their armies. attrition in... Oh, do you mean like an army that's built for a war of attrition? I'm not really sure off the top of my head, since I've only played with undead and lava elves. There's, I want to say 2 or 3 different kinds of elves in Dragon Dice, and they're weird as fuck. There's like lava elves and coral elves. It's weird. But I'm not really sure off the top of my head. I want to say there's definitely some army that is built around attrition, because they're all kind of built a little differently. Like, some of them are built to mainly use magic, some of them are built for, like, almost exclusively ranged attacks, things like that. I would assume that the dwarves would be attrition, because dwarves. It's always the dwarves. But I haven't really played with many different factions. Yeah, the factions have some weird fucking names to them. But yeah, like, if you ever get the chance, you can find most of the dice on Tabletop Sim, and, you know, I think the... you should be able to find, like, a rules PDF. I think the updated rules PDF is on the SFR website. I want to say it's SFR. I really hope that it's SFR and I'm not getting their name wrong. It's a lot of fun. And they're, from what I've been told, they are doing some work on rebalancing it, because the original run of Dragon Dice, one of the biggest reasons for it flopping was that they tried to make it like a collectible card game, and they tried to make, like, rare dice that were bullshit powerful, and that were, like, super expensive and stuff like that. But the new one, the new Dragon Dice actually have, like, starter packs and things like that. And it's like, you spend, like, $20 on an army and you're good. You've got a decent army there. It's actually pretty cool. I like how they're balancing it so far. But, you know, there's work to be done, and there's always updates. And I really, really want it to catch on, because I really just want to be able to, like, go into a game shop and go, hey, do you have Dragon Dice? No, not the really fancy, expensive, multi-set, or variations of dice. No, the collectible dice game. And actually find the dice in stores instead of having to, you know, order everything online. Because that's one of the things I still like about physical stores, at least for, like, nerdy stuff like that. It's like, I can go into a store, pick up, like, a deck, and see if anyone else who's sitting here plays. Or, like, pick up a 2-player starter pack and go, hey, fuckwits, anyone, well, I have to be more polite than that, clearly. Just go, hey, anyone want to figure out how to play this bullshit with me? And, like, actually get people into a game, and actually just have a group, instead of, you know, having to hunt around and actively search. But anyway, I think I'm gonna fall asleep if I try to stay up much longer. So, I'll see all of you guys later. Have a great night, everyone. I'm sorry for the short stream.